Hello guys, and welcome back to part 2 of Edinburgh Fest live here at the Newtown Theatre on George Street in Edinburgh. And I'd like to welcome on my next guest for this part. He's fantastic, he's a Scouser. His name is Adam Rowe. There he is. Hey! Hello, mate.
How are you
doing? Hey, babe. Oh, it's been ages.
It has been ages, hasn't it?
Hello, my sweet. Oh,
good to see you. Drop your questions.
Good to see you too. These also, how are you doing?
Good, I think. Yeah. Very tired.
Very tired.
Done 6 shows yesterday.
6 shows.
Yeah, doing a minimum of 3 a day, and yesterday was 6.
Well, burlesque will do that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
When you're doing 6 in a row.
Yeah.
So this is your first time at the Fringe, Adam. So how's it going? What's the experience like? Tell me all.
Well, it's my first time doing an hour.
Yeah.
I was up a couple of years ago to host like a package show, the Big Value Showcase.
Yeah.
It's the first hour. It's going good. We've sold out every day except for one so far, which is a good start. I'm really happy with it. People seem to be enjoying it, except for one reviewer from 3 weeks.
Should we hunt them down?
Yeah, I just want to kill her. No, do you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Reviewers are going to do that. As long as audiences are enjoying it, that's what I'm here for.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing you learn as a stand-up. You build
totally,
your audiences from the grassroots, and then they like what you do and come and see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now I read something about you. Oh, now this is interesting. About you telling a lie when you were young that had some consequences.
Okay.
Tell us that story.
So this is sort of the bit of the show that is important. So when I was 10, I told me dad a lie about me mum to get out of trouble, and it caused an argument between them. I got out of trouble, no problem. I was made up, but that is when they broke up. Yeah.
Oh.
So the show is sort of about how that lie affected my life, and the show is not as miserable as I've made it sound.
So what's the best and worst experience you've had doing comedy? Let's start with the best experience. What's the best gig you've had?
Oh, there's a few. I suppose there was one, like last year, we did a pretty big one-man show in Liverpool. Like, this is my first hour at the Fringe, but I've done a couple of like one-hour shows in Liverpool. And we sold out the Unity Theatre. So that was quite special to sell out such, like, because it's like nearly 200 seats.
In your hometown.
Yeah, no exposure. It was that. So that was pretty special. There's been a couple of good Liverpool shows. My favourite club in the country is Top Secret in London.
Top Secret is,
I've had some great shows
fantastic.
there.
Yeah, really good club.
What's weird there is they have a lot of celebrities drop in and do like sets, and then you'll turn up and you go, oh, you're closing the show, and you go, great, who was in the middle? And they go, oh, Jack Whitehall and Paul Chowdhury, and you've got to follow those guys.
Yeah.
But it's one of those clubs with it doesn't matter, like the audience just trust them to
just
book
go,
good acts.
Yeah, just go with it. And great as well for upping your game.
Oh, totally,
when you've had Darragh O'Brien on before you.
You have to really step it up.
And worst gig, well, tell you what, let's have the worst heckle you've had, would you say?
Well, I haven't had many bad heckles where they're really cutting and they're offensive to me, because that's rare, do you know what I mean? Most of the time, if they say something offensive and you're doing well, you can just destroy them because the audience is on your side.
Yeah.
And if you're struggling, it's very rare to get a heckle because people feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
But one time I was doing Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool, which you've done, and it was when it used to be in this big nightclub, right? And so it was sort of not dissimilar to this. There's a stage, but there's like a big round of seats like that.
Yeah.
And I was on towards the end of the show, and this guy heckled me, but said something about my appearance, and I was like, I don't even look like that, mate. What, are you blind? And he went, yeah. And then I looked down, and he had a dog with him, right? So he's just there with this dog, and I'm like, oh God. And then I'm just dying, like just bombing on stage, because the audience is just like, what an arse, do you know what I mean? And then I was doing this really physical bit of comedy, like, you know, guys, when we do this, like, it's this really old bit I had, and it was really dying. And then out of the darkness, I heard the blind guy go, can you do an audio description? And he got a huge laugh. And when he got it, I thought, right, he's fixed the gig. The gig's going to be fine again now.
Fair play.
And it wasn't. As soon as he'd got his laugh, I just carried on dying on my arse again.
And they were all like, that blind guy's really good.
Yeah.
Really
get
good
him
comedian.
on. Yeah.
And I think the thing with heckles is if you get a good heckle, you doff your cap to them.
Yeah.
You know, you just go,
well, I didn't that night. I'll be honest, I wanted to kill him. He ruined the gig. But yeah, it was my fault.
So tell us about your show. When, where, give it a good plug.
5:20 at the Caves.
5 at the Caves.
So it's been good so far. The way we run it, it's £5 to book a ticket in advance.
Yeah.
Or if it doesn't sell out, you can watch it for free and pay what you want at the end.
Fantastic.
So it's a nice model to have because we get a good few pre-bookings, but we can always fill it when it's not already full.
Right.
Saturday's got like 2 tickets left. Tomorrow's got about 12 left, but today has got a shitload. If you're about a 5:20 today, come and see the show in the Caves.
So it's Bittersweet Lies.
Bittersweet Little Lies.
Bittersweet Little Lies at the Caves, 5:20. So fantastic. Can we give a round of applause, please, to Adam Rowe?
Cheers, guys.
Go and see his show. Brilliant, mate. Cheers, babe. Hug it out. Cheers, pal. Great. See you in a bit, babe. Adam Rowe, everyone. Adam Rowe. Fantastic stand-up. Nil Roberts, everybody. Round of applause. Round of applause. Give us some love.
Don't fire until you see the whites of the eggs. That's how you make a souffle in the military. Now, I've been cooking for the army since before I could talk. My mama said to me, son, you feed our troops. And I'm damned if it wasn't my rusks that won us Korea. Now, some of you are doubtless thinking I'm a second-class soldier. Cooking ain't fighting, you mumbling to yourselves, probably in French. Well, I'd like to see you prepare a good old American boeuf bourguignon where you're being strafed by the Viet Cong. You signed a soldier? I'm so military, my blood is camouflaged. I once got a nosebleed and lost my own face in the yard. You signed a soldier? I'm so used to pulling triggers, I ended up in bed with Del Boy's best friend. PTSD. That's my personalized number plate. On my tank. Anyway, I wanted to take a few moments just to tell y'all about a few of my old favorite recipes that have brought a little bit of joy to the lives of our servicemen and women. Because let's not forget Sue, she does a lot of good work out there. So first up, we got Caesar salad, American style. Chicken, bacon, lettuce, tomato. None of those pesky anchovies, though. Too small. Never trust a food you can't punch in the face, that's my rule. Plus, I decided to swap the chicken for beef and the Parmesan for good old American cheddar cheese. And I put it in a bun. Now, next up, we got an old American favorite, lasagna. Now, some of you be doubtless thinking this one's Italian. But layers of beef, cheese, and pasta, which is essentially hard, thin bread, this mother's a runny cheeseburger. About as American as it gets. So lay off, you mafia creeps. You put a horse's head in my bed, I'll make a horse casserole. In a bun. Anyway, when you're cooking in a war zone, you gotta be ready to fight at a moment's notice. Sometimes you just gotta use what you got lying around. I once stabbed a man to death using just some Ribena. Wasn't even in a glass. So with that in mind, here's my top 5 foods to use as weapons. There goes that. In at number 5, we got the lime. It's a good size, weight, and shape for throwing. It's green, so it's camouflaged in jungle terrain. Plus, it kind of resembles a hand grenade, which can be useful. Just don't go getting confused the other way and making the fatal mistake that I did on what was a dark day in the history of my stewardship of the Orphans and White Rhinos Mojito Making Club. In at number 4, we got the banana. Looks a bit like a gun. At 3, peanuts. Now the wise soldier makes anaphylaxis his friend. Why'd you think Napoleon never made it into Russia? It was because of the onset of a harsh winter for which his troops had neither provisions nor training to deal with. It's nothing to do with nuts. And then at number 2, In this list of top 5 foods to use as weapons, we got the Rockwell B1 Lancer. 4-engine, variable sweep wing, supersonic, heavy strategic bomber. I ate one of these just so I could put it on this list. I'm still shitting bits of the electronically scanned array radar system with electronic beam steering because I'm a patriot. And in at number 1 in this list of top 5 foods to use as weapons, we got lentils. They just taste terrible. So there you have it. You're now prepared for the rough streets of Edinburgh. If you can't stand the heat-seeking missiles, stay out of my kitchen.
Brilliant. Come and sit down. Come and sit down, Daniel Nil Roberts.
Hello.
Hello, mate. Dan, wonderful. Oh, that was just great.
That was pretty weird experience for everyone
pretty
involved,
intense. That's
fair to
awesome. So, welcome.
Thank you.
How's the festival treating you?
Well, my voice is going, obviously.
Yes.
That's a given. No, it's been really fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing 3 shows a day.
3 shows?
Not 6, but 3.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Including this show.
Yes.
And tell us the title of this one so we can
So this
go and
one's
see it.
called Honey.
Honey.
And it's on every day at 4:45 at the Pleasance Courtyard.
Now, coming up in part 3, we have our resident chef, Hairy Mary. Are we excited about that? Yeah. She'll be cooking up a storm. You've been warned. We still have some happy news headlines with Sue's with the news. So, see you off the break, guys.